Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hi, if you're new here, hi, hello. So I wanted to post something more back to what I used to originally post when I first started YouTube, which was my like horror game-esque stuff. I still some of those videos up, and I've kind of swayed away from that just a little bit, just because I don't want my whole channel to be that, I guess. I obviously really love horror games. I mean, girl, look at the back of my wall, girl, it's there, it's definitely there. But I thought today, especially since I think a lot of people on TikTok especially really like my setup that I have for my figures, I thought I would do an in-depth physical media collection. So I know some people kind of miss my older videos, so I was just like, you know what, why not, and I also need to update my collection anyways. This is the current setup on my shelf. I have it sectioned right now really into Final Fantasy, Nier stuff, and then all my horror stuff, and then I have my manga and CDs and stuff. That's my jewelry down there. But yeah, I wanted to show mainly just all of my figures and books, and yeah. Okay, so I think I'm gonna do my Final Fantasy stuff first, just because it's my smallest collection. So the only physical game I have on copy is Final Fantasy 15. I bought this at GameStop for literally $10, I think, secondhand. It's the Royal Edition or Day 1 Edition. I don't know, I played it though during the summer, love it. I really like this game. I also have the remake of 7 and Crisis Core and some other Final Fantasy on my PlayStation, and I cannot remember which one it is, but those are the only games I have. I'm not super duper into the Final Fantasy franchise at the moment, but I do really like the games though. Now for figures and collectibles, I have only one figure, unfortunately, and it is the Cloud Strife. Oh my god, his sword just bonked me in the head. Okay. It's this Cloud Strife figure though, and he is super awesome. I love him. I bought him through a proxy website. I brought him through Dorzo. I don't use Dorzo anymore though, just because when I did buy from it is whenever the tariffs I think just hit or something, and so I paid $90 in shipping. So awesome, love that. But yeah, he's super awesome. There's a matching Tifa one that goes with this, and I really want her as well, and I just cannot find her for a decent price. And lastly, I have probably my favorite things in my collection for Final Fantasy, and it is my Tifa and Cloud plushes. I think they are so cute. I also bought these through Dorzo, I think actually almost exactly a year ago, but yes, look at how freaking precious they are. I really want to get Aerith and Sephiroth and Zack as well. Okay, and then next up I'm going to do my Nier collection, which is also relatively really small, unfortunately, as well, but I have 2 figures on the way though. I have a Brother Nier figure and Kaine figure that I got through JP Fans. So thank you to JP Fans for that. I actually need to finish making a video for them. So I think all these are from proxy services except one, but I have my 2B and A2 figures, the Nier Gestalt / Nier Replicant CD, which I think Gestalt and Replicant have the exact same soundtrack if I remember, but it does come in with 2 discs though, and it has the language on it that I literally forgot the name of it, the script, whatever it's called again, I forgot the name of, because I have not played this game in over a year. I really want to replay it though at some point. It's just, it took me 80 hours. Actually, I think it took me 100 hours to get to my first playthrough, because I go through every single thing. And then the last thing I have, which is probably one of my favorite things I own, is actually the Nier art book, which is for all of the Nier games, supposedly. So whenever I found out there was a mobile game, I think it literally closed a whole month, right before I found out about it. And I was like, right. I hate companies that do that. Why are we doing that? But you know, it's an art book, but it's so beautiful though. It's so gorgeous. Oh my freaking gosh. I think the Nier art style is one of my favorites out there. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to my horror game stuff. And okay, I only have Silent Hill and Resident Evil stuff. I really want to get more stuff, but right now it's just that. But my Silent Hill stuff is really small. I think Silent Hill merch isn't necessarily hard to come by, it's just really expensive because there's not a lot of it, technically. I'm gonna start off with the small things first. So I have the Silent Hill F game for PlayStation 5 on copy. I have not finished this game still. I'm not gonna lie, I think I'm only maybe like 20% through it. I'm not very far at all. And then I have the Silent Hill, okay, wrong way. I have the Silent Hill 2 soundtrack on CD though, and I bought this through eBay if I remember, for like $20. Shit, it's a little expensive for a CD, but it's so dear to me though. I love Silent Hill 2. I know, popular thing to say, everyone likes Silent Hill 2. Too bad, it's a good game. There's a reason why it's a good game. And so these last two little things are really recent in my collection. It is my pyramid head. Okay, the nurse came off her stand, but it's the pyramid head and bubblehead nurse figures that I have, and I got these for JP Fans as a sponsorship for them, and so I'm really grateful because I love these figures. Like, they are so gorgeous. I love the painting on these. I really love all the bubblehead nurse figures, honestly. I know she's just like an enemy, but she's iconic. She's iconic. What more can I say? So I love the paint job on him. If you look close enough, the material they used for like the cloth for his apron, I guess, it's like it's so nice. Like, I don't know, like I just love to touch it. But yeah, I love these figures though, and these are both prize figures, I believe. But yes, I also bought these through a proxy service. Super awesome. And I did go to see the Silent Hill movie that came out this year. Genuinely, what was that? What was that? Okay, so next we have probably like the last of like figures and stuff and collectibles. And this is my Resident Evil stuff, which I think is probably what most people are excited for, because I think a lot of people know that I really love Resident Evil. Okay, so this is the oh my god, he looks so orange. Help him. This is the Kewpie Leon keychain that is sold at like the Capcom stores, and there's like a Dante one. He is so cute. I need to get Dante as well. I also played Devil May Cry. Not shocking. I also bought him through proxy service. You're gonna see that I think actually all these were bought through proxy services. I have the little Tsum Tsums that they made, or like the little like off-brand Tsum Tsums of the characters, but I have Claire, Ada, and Leon. These are probably like my top 3 favorite characters. I still want to get Jill and Chris. I just haven't really been buying merch at all lately. But yes, they're so freaking cute. Oh my god, they're so tiny. But yeah, and they also have Claire and Ada, and I love these two baddies. I think if Claire and Ada met, oh well, I mean they didn't meet technically in one game, I feel like they'd be BFF. So like, y'all, why do we put these two women against each other over Big Papa? What are we doing? The last little things I have for like little figures or trinkets is I have the Ada Wong Nendroid. She was recently released. I think she was released last year, but she's been announced for a minute. But yeah, she is so cute, and I have her holding her little bear. And then I have Big Papa. I have Leon. I also have Leon as well, but the thing is, he's a bootleg though. I know, all you're gonna boo me and be like, oh my gosh, fake fan. I know, right? Yes, he's a bootleg. I didn't realize he was a bootleg until after I bought him, so it's okay. I think he's still really good for a bootleg though. Like, honestly, I think he's still pretty great quality. I think I only paid like $30 for him, which is still kind of expensive, but I don't know, people who have been repricing him real bad, so I'll take it. Now this is gonna be like the big stuff. Books. I have a lot of books from Resident Evil. I don't know why. They have like a manga series. I don't think it ever got published. I don't think any of the Resident Evil manga has been put into English. Correct me if I'm wrong though. I don't think it has been. So I'll start off with the single standing one. This is the Death Island manga. This is just like a promotion one for the movie. This one does have some different stuff in it though than what the movie has. There's like animal bioweapons in here. Like, there's a scene of Leon fighting like this lion bioweapon. I know it sounds so stupid me saying it, but it's like a mutation thing though. But yeah, they have this in here. It's pretty much like the movie though, but they just added like some things in here, but the art style is fantastic. And then, okay, I think I only have one volume of this one. I need to get the other ones, but this is the Heavenly Island series, which I think this is the one that has Claire in it, if I remember. Claire's in this one though, and I have not read it. I've definitely looked through it just to like kind of get an understanding. There's like there's like these two other girls though that are in it that are so diva, and I'm just like, oh. Capcom, please release your female characters out of the basement. Thank you. Is the Marhawa. But this one has Piers and Chris though in it, and I do have all this one. So I do have this one. But it's, yeah. It has Chris and Piers though in it, and this is right before Resident Evil 6. So, and then lastly, I have the Resident Evil original for Biohazard, because Biohazard is a Japanese name of it, playbook. This is basically just like a guidebook for literally everything ever. Like they show you like where every enemy is, all the treasures, which you can just like look up now. Like this isn't like some crazy secret thing. Like no, you can just look it up. But they do have like a section though where they show all of like the monsters and stuff. There's a section of like the characters, which I think is really cool. Okay, here it is. But it just has like some little pictures. We have Ashley and Leon. Luis and Krauser are also in here. Oh, baby, she looks so good. I will say though, I am looking to add the new Fatal Frame game, Crimson Butterfly, to my collection. I have 3 of the games on digital. I also want to get Requiem, which just came out. The last portion of just stuff, which is just more books. I love that half of this has just been books. I wanted to show my Chainsaw Man manga, which is not complete at all. But Chainsaw Man did just recently finish part 2, and yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, I do have some of the volumes for part 1. Chainsaw Man's actually one of my favorites. I don't think this is very known, but Chainsaw Man is one of my favorite mangas. I do like the show. I loved the movie that came out last year. The Reze movie was so good, especially because the Reze arc is like my favorite arc, like one of my favorite arcs in the whole series. But they did the movie so good. I literally was like shell-shocked the whole time I was in theater, because I read the arc years ago and then I finally got to watch it like last year, and I was just like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. This is just gonna be a big portion of Ayazawa's work, which is the creator of Nana. I'm a really big Nana fan as well. I feel like my interests are all over the place. It's like horror games, Nana, Final Fantasy, Silent Hill, Chainsaw Man, it's everywhere. This one's not the miscellaneous like books that are not Nana. So I do have Paradise Kiss. Oh my god, I do have Paradise Kiss. This is the 20th anniversary edition, so it's like all the mangas volumes combined into one. We have 2 volumes of Neighborhood Story, which is like one of her older works. This is like from the 90s. There is a show for this one, and I did watch I think like half of it. I never finished it though, because the website I was using sucked, and I just got too busy to finish it, but it was really good. And this is, again, they're also in like a fashion school as well. Occurring themes. So then the last books that I have is all of my Nana books. Of the first 3, I have another 3. These. You know what I completely forgot that I owned? I forgot all of my old Nintendo stuff I own. But I do have a Nintendo Switch. It's out in my living room. I'm not gonna go get it because it's just a Switch. I think everyone knows what a Switch looks like. But I do have my old 3DS from when I was like 10. And this still works perfectly great. I've kept this in really good condition. But yeah. But I don't have that many 3DS games though, because I would always go to GameStop and I would trade in my games all the time because I wanted new games, and so I only have like 4 games for my 3DS. For games, I do have Animal Crossing New Leaf, Super Mario 3D Land, and then I also have Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer. I do have Super Princess Peach as well, and then I also have Pokemon Black version 2, which I think supposedly this one goes for a lot of money now. I'm not selling her anytime soon. And then I also have Pokemon Moon, which is not a crazy game. So okay, for my Switch games, I also have a lot of digital games as well, if I remember. These are my Switch games. So I have Splatoon, I have Sonic Frontiers, which I never finished, Mario Odyssey, Super Smash Bros, Luigi's Mansion 3, Mario Kart, and I also have this game, which if you have no idea what this game is, This is one of my favorite childhood shows. The show is called Prepara, and it's basically these girls that are like idols, and they like change, this sounds so stupid, but they like change their outfits and stuff, and they have like a whole like dress up game thing in Japan, like at arcades and stuff, and it's like a rhythm game. So imagine like Project Sakai or Hatsune Miku, but it's just like different characters. And I literally like cried over getting this game when I got it for Christmas when I was like in middle school. And I still play it, I'm not gonna lie, I still play it. It's just a fun like rhythm dress up game, but it's so fun. And I think with my copy you also get like some of the cards like you use like in the game, like at the arcade machines in Japan. So I can't use these obviously unless I went to Japan. But yeah, this was like one of my favorite childhood games. I have no idea if anyone's gonna recognize this in this video because I don't think I have the audience that would ever like watch this or play this, but you never know. Last Nintendo stuff, and it's just my whole horde of amiibos that I collected when I was younger. But I do have the Sanrio Animal Crossing cards. I do have My Melody and Twin Stars. I think it's the only two that aren't in here, but they're like, I use them as bookmarks actually. So they're not in here, but these are so cute, and these are like one of the best things Nintendo's ever done is the amiibo Sanrio collab for Animal Crossing. I was super into Animal Crossing for a good portion of my life, and now it's horror games. Don't know when the switch up happened, but it happened. Amiibos, I have most of the original Mario ones. I do have Peach, I have Luigi, I have Bowser, also have Mario. And then the rest of these are like my Smash amiibos, I think. Well, okay. Don't know what she's doing here, but I do have this Peach ornament. Don't know what she's doing in here, but she's here. She's here. I was not kidding when I said that I was like a really big Peach girl when I was a kid. But I do have all of the princesses though for Smash. Peach is my main in Smash actually. I have Isabella, I have Daisy, I have Rosalina, which I think this is actually the Japanese amiibo version of her. I have Samus, Zero Suit Samus, and then I have Peach as well. And then I also have, okay, she's not Smash, but I also have Lottie as well for Animal Crossing. But that is my whole collection though. I thought I would show it because a lot of people really ask questions a lot about like what's in my collection or where I get stuff, so hopefully that helped someone's question because I know a lot of people ask me. But if you guys like this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and definitely check out my other videos if you're interested. But yeah, hope you guys have a great day or a great night whenever you're watching this, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.